Hey guys, it's your boy MKS, back on the video. Just make a quick, well, hopefully this video will be about 10 minutes long, all being well. Maybe not, because I might run out of things to say, but yeah, I made a video recently about being a town football fan, but I'm also a Celtic fan. Yeah, so I thought I'd talk about some of my thoughts about Celtic and all that. And in my video about how ways to improve town football, which I just made, I talked about like Italian clubs investing 10% of their revenue or budget even on and possibly having tax, possibly being able to write off of it. Well, I'd love them to be tax exempt anyway. And on that note, I'd love to talk about some of my dreams for Celtic, like how I'd love Celtic to be tax exempt, like for all the charity work they do, and also like either to get their money, either to get the tax money back, or to get lottery funding or funding from the government to invest in the youth of Glasgow, because like Glasgow's a deprived area, and through football they can help the area. So that would be my argument of why they feel that they should be exempt from tax, or get funding back that equals to the tax, even the tax they paid in history. The argument being, as I say, because they're a charity, they were registered as a charity and started as a charity, and they do a lot of charity work. So I think they should get that money back in tax, in my opinion. But as I say, either through lottery funding, which could equate, or governmental funding, which collectively could collect to as much as they paid in taxes, and also that they could write then funds off, write their costs off their tax bill. But obviously, I'd want to do it all legally. I'd want Celtic to always operate within the law as a fan, because I believe in operating within the law as well. Yeah, I'd love to see Celtic invest 10% of the budget, or at least the revenue, as I say, into investing in the youth in Glasgow, or the young fans all around the world of Celtic, like use training facilities, goals and football pitches, 5-side pitches and things like that, and footballs and merchandise for disadvantaged and deprived fans of Celtic especially, but also around the world. And the charity they do, I'd love to see more charity abroad like they did before in parts of Africa, because when I talked to the club, they said, well, when I wrote to the club and said I wanted to do charity work for people across Africa and Asia, they used to do stuff like in Malawi and places like that, and now they're not doing it as much, or in Kenya even. And I think it would be great to see them do more of that stuff, and perhaps be able to take it off their tax bill, because I think that would be a good use of that money. Also, like, yeah, as I say, investing 10% into players and 10% of the budget or revenue into development of young players. So I'd love to hear what you think about that idea, and like to connect with Celtic fans. Like if you share this video or each other's videos, like on Facebook, or you subscribe to each other's channels. We subscribe to each other's channels, like each other's videos and things like that, and just support each other as Celtic fans as well, and also look at ways we can raise money for the club. But when I put it on Facebook about the club having more money or something like that, someone said the Celtic board, I think their part jokingly said the Celtic board do not like to spend money. A lot of clubs now saying like Man United or Arsenal saying the club doesn't like to spend money on buying players or reinvesting in the club. So I think hopefully the club will prove that wrong and show that they are reinvesting money into developing Celtic as a club, like as they're buying players and training youth, which are hopefully going to be future stars. And I know Celtic already do have some good young players, but I think that that is obviously every little bit helps, every improvement would help the club to grow. And to be honest, I'd love us to be the most successful team in Scottish football. which is a bit of a mixed up idea of mine. Like, because one of the reasons, like, I'm an anti-imperialist, as I mentioned before in some of my videos, but it's a bit strange. I'm an Italian fan, as you can, and you won't get to his top, but it's top, an Italian football top as well. But so it's kind of a mixed. I sometimes joke about it because I'm mixed race. I say it's mixed up. I'm mixed up and all that. But yeah, well, it could be a dyslexic way of doing things strangely, but yeah, I'd love to see Celtic fans all around to market the club, as I talked about my idea about Serie A or town clubs generally, which was what my last video was supposed to be about, to market the club around the world. And I think Celtic do have fans all around the world, but I'd love to see even more, as many as possible. Like, because I think Rangers can be quite racist, if I'm honest. I should be careful. I'm sure there's many decent Rangers fans as well, but I think a lot of their fans seem to be quite racist. So I think that people of colour, or people like, I love all the countries that were colonised to support Celtic and be united behind Celtic, because like the Irish connection, and I think Celtic generally is an anti-imperialist club as well. I know that Celtic support Palestine as well, but I'm sort of neutral in that because I don't know enough about the history of the conflict, so I stay sort of neutral in that respect. But yeah, I'd love to see Celtic get fans all around the world, like across Africa and Asia. And I was going to say that my friend's got a school in Kenya called Red Gem, and there's a school in, I think it's Thailand. Oh yeah, it's called the Thai Tims, so of course it's in Thailand, where they do lots of singing and they support Celtic, and the club acknowledges. I think the club does a lot of charity for them. So I'd love to see like Rare Gem be the Kenyan Celts, like the Thai Tims, but they could be the Kenyan Celt version. So hopes people can help that to make that happen. Like also possibly fundraise for them to go and visit the club and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, like I'd love to do like fundraising to support the kids to go and visit Celtic Park and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, I'd love for Celtic fans to connect together and support each other's YouTube channels and like fundraise for the club and all that sort of stuff. But I hope that money will go into actually reinvesting in the club, like reinvesting in youth and buying more players as well, and just ensuring that we get to 10 in a row for anyone who. Obviously, this video probably won't be for people who are not into football, but like some of my other videos would be for people who might not be into football. But this is more. These videos are more specifically for people who are into football and all that. So yeah, they're probably if you follow Scottish football, or perhaps even if you don't follow Scottish football, but you can perhaps be inspired to learn more about Scottish football. And as I say, so Celtic have won, like, I think it's 8 league titles. Yes, eight, and now we're trying to hopefully win 9th, and hopefully we'll win more. I'd like us to win as many as possible, and also like cups and stuff like that, especially domestically. So yeah, I think I've run out of things to say anyway. Have a good day.
What was it, bro? It's me.